Good evening. How come you're giving it away?
For real? Did you buy it? Yeah. Oh.
Let's call the October 8th Aventura City Commission meeting to order, and let's have a roll call.
Mayor Weinberg.
Here.
Vice Mayor Orlinsky. Here. Commissioner Ain.
Here.
Commissioner Blatchman.
Here.
Commissioner Bloom.
Here.
Commissioner Friedland.
Here.
Commissioner Cruz.
Here.
Mr. Begis.
Here.
Mr. Myers.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. I'd ask if Alex Bentez, hey, you want to come up and lead us in the pledge? All those who can, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Thank you. I know that former Vice Mayor Luz Weinberg is here somewhere. Front row, I want to recognize her. You can clap, it's okay, you can clap. Former Vice Mayor Denise Landman is here. I see her, row 4.
Everybody's vice. Everybody's vice.
Okay, if I missed you, if you were a vice mayor, please raise your hand. Okay. Any additions or deletions to the agenda, Mr. Manager?
No, Mayor.
Okay, let's move on to commission reports. Who has a report? I know Commissioner Bloom does. You go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple of things that I wanted to review. This month, the Aventura Police Department teamed up with Starbucks at Target Aventura for Coffee with a Cop, one of my favorite outreach programs. It's all about neighbors and officers sharing a cup of coffee, asking questions, and building trust. We had a great turnout from the residents, and the highlight was Deputy Chief Chastain, Captain Maestri, and Captain Frieder all trying out their barista skills. That was a lot of fun. You can find photos from the event on the City of Aventura's social media. The second thing is that the Aventura Police Foundation is proud to announce its first annual golf tournament taking place next Wednesday, October 15th. All proceeds from this event will directly benefit the foundation, which provides vital support to our officers and their families, including assistance with medical expenses, funeral costs, and other foreseen hardships. If you'd like to show your support, we invite you to join us for the awards luncheon immediately following the tournament at approximately 12 noon at Bourbon Steak at Turnberry Resort. There is a fee to attend the luncheon, but every dollar that is raised goes back to the foundation and to the men and women who serve our community each day. So if you want some more information, please go to AventuraPoliceFoundation.org. And lastly, but perhaps most importantly, it is with deep sadness that the City of Aventura and the Aventura Police Department announced the passing of Captain Andrew Smith. Captain Smith began his law enforcement career with Florida Highway Patrol in Miami in 1987 before joining the Aventura Police Department in 1998. He served with distinction as a canine officer in both agencies and rose through the ranks to the position of captain. He was a man of character and integrity. He was known for his sense of humor, his kindness, and his genuine care for others. His warm smile touched the lives of all who had the privilege of working alongside him. Captain Smith's passing leaves a tremendous void within the department and our community, and we extend our heartfelt condolences to his family, friends, and colleagues during this difficult time. With that, I'd like to call Chief Bentolila to come up and please say a few words.
Chief?
Thank you, Commissioners, Mayor, City Manager, for the opportunity to say a few words. Really, there aren't enough words to describe Andy Smith, individual who's truly larger than life. And it's very difficult in this job to have a career for so long and yet not have any enemies. I don't recall a single time that Captain Smith received a complaint from the public or anybody he ever encountered. Every single employee would consider him a friend. He was liked by everyone and disliked by none. And that's extremely hard to do in this job, wearing this uniform, both inside the agency and outside. And he was able to accomplish that. One thing that I do want to point out, while he was with FHP, he did start in '87, like the commissioner said. In 1990, he received Trooper of the Month when he was involved in a shootout with some armed subjects who had kidnapped 2 women. He was able to recover the 2 women safely. And then yet again, in '98, just before coming to us, he did get Trooper of the Year again for another confrontation that involved a shooting, and they were able to resolve that and get those subjects in custody as well. So Andy, was a true cop's cop, one of the nicest people I've ever met, and one of the funniest people I've ever met. Always had a joke, always had a smile, was just a gentle giant, and used his heart for everybody around him. And I think just at the end, when he was getting sick, he didn't save enough heart for himself, unfortunately. But that's who he is, and I don't think he would have changed that in any way, shape, or form. So thank you for giving me a chance to speak a little bit about him. There's no way I could say enough to explain the life of Captain Andy Smith. He's going to be sorely missed in more ways than one, and he'll be laid to rest next week. And we'll be sending him off for the proper honors and the respect that he deserves as a member of this agency and a captain and a member of my command staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Next, we have some special presentations. We have a proclamation, and I'm going to ask, starting at this end with the Vice Mayor, to read a paragraph.
Whereas October is nationally recognized as Breast Cancer Awareness Month to raise awareness in support of those courageously battling this disease, in acknowledgement of the many survivors and in honor of those lives lost, and
Whereas breast cancer is currently one of the most common cancers in women in the United States, with 1 in 8 women diagnosed with breast cancer during an average lifetime, while men are also diagnosed and affected by this disease at a significant but lower rate, and
Whereas through research and advocacy, advances have been made in the fight against breast cancer, including significant decreases in mortality, with currently more than 4 million breast cancer survivors in the United States, and
whereas there are patients and survivors within the city of Aventura, including our beloved Commissioner Amit Bloom, who are personally impacted by breast cancer and wish to raise awareness within our community, and
whereas the City of Aventura would like to recognize Aventura Commissioner Amit Bloom as an advocate in the efforts to increase awareness and education on the importance of early detection and screening of breast cancer. Now, therefore, Be it resolved that I, Howard Weinberg, as mayor and on behalf of the City Commission of the City of Aventura, do hereby proclaim October 2025 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the City of Aventura, and we encourage all residents to wear pink. Thank you. And this will be presented to our survivor, Amit Bloom, Commissioner Amit Bloom. If you'd like to say a few words, and then we'll do our normal
Thank you,
photo
Mayor.
op.
Thank you, everybody. I'm speaking a lot tonight, so thank you for your patience. This proclamation, raising awareness for breast cancer, holds a deep personal meaning for me as I reflect on that time in my life. It's true what they say, that life can change in an instant. With that in mind, it feels especially fitting that this proclamation is being issued today, just one day after the second anniversary of October 7th. As we saw in Israel on that day, the world can shift unimaginably in a single moment, just as it does for someone receiving a cancer diagnosis. So as we come together to raise awareness for breast cancer, I also keep Israel, its people, its soldiers close to my heart and in my prayers. May those fighting breast cancer face their battles with the same courage, strength, and resilience that the people of Israel continue to show in the face of unimaginable adversity.
Let's do a quick photo in front of the seal. Okay, I think all of you, or at least most of you, know that yesterday was October 7th, and I hope you noticed that the Government Center right here was lit up the last couple of nights, tonight also, right? Yellow for the hostages, to bring them home. And if you looked at our social media, we shot a video and we named each of the remaining hostages, asking that, you know, they'd be home. Maybe we'll have good news soon, but in any event, we have another proclamation that I'm issuing. I'll start on the other end. This is very, very important to us up here and to our entire city, and it is a Jewish holiday. So the Israeli consulate office can't be here, but after the holiday, they will be receiving this proclamation that we'll read now.
Whereas on October 7, 2023, Hamas launched an unprovoked terrorist attack by invading southern Israel brutally and indiscriminately, murdering nearly 1,200 men, women, and children while kidnapping 250 more, including American citizens, and
whereas the October 7th massacre marked the worst act of violence targeting Jews since the Holocaust, left Jewish communities worldwide in grief and deeply traumatized, and triggered a global wave of anti-Semitism unprecedented in the past World War II era, and
Whereas the city of Aventura rejects anti-Semitism and all forms of hatred, bigotry, and extremism, and affirms the safety, dignity, and equal protection of all who call our city home. And
whereas we wish to remember the lives taken, call for the return of all hostages, stand in solidarity with our Jewish neighbors, and unconditionally condemn anti-Semitism in all of its forms, along with every expression of hatred and bigotry, by reaffirming our unwavering commitment to safeguard the safety, dignity, and equal rights of all people.
Now therefore be it resolved that I, Howard Weinberg, as mayor and on behalf of the City Commission of the City of Aventura, do hereby proclaim October 7, 2025 as a day of remembrance and community resilience in the City of Aventura. Thank you. As I said, we'll present that after the holiday. We're fortunate this evening, we have Sharon Trusman, a survivor of the Nova Music Festival, and she's going to speak to us this evening. Also, I see that we have representatives of various organizations that have been at the forefront over the last 2 years. I think I see End Jew Hatred, Loving Moms. If anyone after Sharon speaks, if anyone wants to come up and say a few words, you're more than welcome to. But for now, please, Sharon, and thank you so much for being here. And thank you to Commissioner Cruz on the Zoom for arranging this speaker. Thank you, Paul. Hi. Make sure that's green. Push that button. Make sure it's green on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening. My name is Sharon Trusman, and I stand here before you as a survivor of October 7 attack. A day that began with music, light, and freedom, and ended in horror. 2 years have passed, yet for many of us, that morning still lives inside us. I was at the festival, surrounded by friends, laughter, and music that celebrated life. In an instant, everything changed. The sounds of joy were replaced by screams, gunfire, and chaos. What we witnessed that day were not just acts of terror, they were atrocities beyond imagination. We ran for our lives, we hid, we prayed, we saw things that no human being should ever have to see. And while some of us made it out alive, many did not. We lost sons and daughters, friends and neighbors, people whose only wish was to dance, to love, to live freely, and the cruelty of what happened that day left a wound that will never fully heal. It was not only an attack on people, it was an attack on humanity itself. But standing here today, 2 years later, I also see something else. I see the faces of those who refuse to let the darkness win. I see the survivors who found strength in one another, who learned to breathe again, who walk again, to trust again. I see families who even through unbearable pain chose to rebuild, because the human spirit is stronger than hate. Surviving that day changed me forever. It took me time to understand what survival really means. It is not just continuing to exist, it is the choice every single day to keep believing in life when life itself tried to break you. There are moments when grief still takes over. When I close my eyes, I still hear the music that was silence, the voice that will never return, but in those same moments, I also remember the hands that pulled others to safety, the people who refused to abandon strangers, the courage that rose from despair. October 7 showed us the worst of humanity, but in the days and months that followed, we also saw the best of it. We saw unity, compassion, strength. We saw that even when our hearts are shattered, we can still choose to love. Tonight, as we gather to remember, we do so not to be trapped in pain, but to bear witness, to say, we remember. We will not let the world forget what happened that day, not out of hatred, but out of love for those who can no longer speak. Their memory is our responsibility. Our survival is their legacy. 2 years later, I stand here for them and for all of us who lived through that day to say that we are still here. We still believe in light over darkness. We still believe in peace, even after seeing what hate can do. And we will keep telling the truth, not to relieve the pain, but to make sure it never happens again. To everyone who listens tonight, remember the faces, the names, the lives behind the numbers. Remember the music that was lost and the voices that still sing through us. May the memory of those who we lost be a blessing. May our courage be a reminder that even after the darkest night, the human spirit can rise again. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you come on up so we can take a picture with you up here, please, if you don't mind. Thank you so much for those remarks. Greatly appreciated, and you're here among friends. Mom, you're more than welcome to come up as well for a picture. Okay. Okay. Anyone? Yes, please. Come on up to say your name for the record. Thank you.
Jenny Ensline, representing End Jew Hatred. I first want to thank Sharon for her courage. Where is Sharon? For your courage and your resilience. Thank you. Because of you, we all believe. I want to thank the mayor and the commissioners for being at the forefront of always bringing awareness, remembering. It takes a lot of work to do that, and it's appreciated. I want to remember all these IDF soldiers that have perished, the hostages that are still in Gaza, and I want to also thank you for bringing awareness about the end of Jewish hatred. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for all you do. Former Vice Mayor.
Good evening, Denise Landman. I want to echo every sentiment that Jenny Einstein just shared. Thank you, Sharon, for your courage and your bravery. And I also want to share that with us tonight, we have two Israeli citizens who are here visiting. They happen to be family, Avi and Ruha Hefetz. And I just want to share their story because their son, who's actually at the house packing, they're leaving tomorrow, they've been visiting from Israel. He was on the front lines during this conflict for about 400 days. He was a father of a newborn baby, and he still went out there to defend his country. So, I know that it was tough, and I know that he did what he had to do for the Jewish people, but we appreciate it, and we love you, and we're so happy that he's safe, he's home, with his family. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Denise. Thank you so much. Okay, anyone else? Okay, we're gonna, please, former vice mayor. Current commissioner.
I just want to say thank you that we have some representatives from Loving Moms here and End Jew Hatred. And October 7th will never be a day we will forget. But these organizations, these women are fighting anti-Semitism in our daily lives every day as we move forward. And beyond just our community, I want to say thank you for the fight you are putting up and continuing to educate and make the world know that the Jewish population in Israel is not going to stay silent. So thank you for continuing this fight beyond October 7th.
I guess I'll share, just maybe it's appropriate to let our residents know who don't know that I've been named to a mayor's board, Mayor's Anti-Semitism Advisory Board, 15 mayors throughout the United States to fight against anti-Semitism. It makes me very proud. I'll be in New Orleans for the National Mayors Summit to fight anti-Semitism in December, and I'm very pleased that as of last night, I received an invitation to go to an international mayors conference next month, November, in Israel, which I'm proud to attend. And I have to add that that will cost our taxpayers $0. That's how we roll in Aventura. Don't do that with tax dollars. But I'll be going to Israel with mayors in November and New Orleans in December. But I think it's a very, very, very important fight. And I feel like it's one of the most important things that I could do as the mayor of Aventura, Florida. So I thank you for all of your support. Okay, we do have an amazing city, so we're going to change gears here because there's just always something great in Aventura, always someone to honor, and always people doing wonderful things. So we have a special recognition for one of our Donsover High School students. I'm going to let Vice Mayor Orlinsky read this certificate of special recognition, just due to a close relationship with the honoree.
Do you want it? Okay. So before I read this, I just want to say a few words about So it's my pleasure to introduce to you someone that I've known since she's a little girl. Quiet, laser focused, big brown eyes, taking it all in. The same grace and grit are still here today, just not so quiet anymore. An academic standout with a 5.2 GPA, Cambridge ACE Diploma, AP Scholar, Honor Roll, National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, and over 1,000 hours of community service. A decorated leader and citizen, Leaders of Tomorrow Award, U.S. President Volunteer Service Award, Gold Miami Volunteer of the Year, Tulane Junior Book Award, Miami-Dade MUN Outstanding Leadership, Ellie's Army President, and Aventura Youth Advisory Member. A true scholar athlete, varsity volleyball captain, triple sport athlete with a volleyball, flag football, and soccer, a scholar athlete, the Best Teammate Award in 2025, and volleyball MVP. A campus spark, we have our very own Miss Sofer High. She's here with us. A current SGA Executive Board and the president of the Cadena Club.
That's it?
No, and there's more. And on deck, she's here to earn and will earn her Bright Future Scholarship. But tonight, we're not just recognizing all of these amazing accolades, and by the way, there is more, but for being selected from hundreds of applicants as one of the 2 recipients nationwide of Hadassah's 2025 Leadership of Tomorrow Merit Scholarship Award, where Ale ended up being the sole recipient from the entire country and our community. With this Merit Scholarship Award, Ale was able to travel to Israel on the Gesher Israel trip and give back to those communities that had suffered from October 7th, and those that needed help. As always, Ale led with service, supporting Israel's rebuilding, reaffirming her dedication to making meaningful differences. In Ale's own words from Ale's essay, she wrote about her Gesher experience. Traveling to Israel was more than visiting a country. It was stepping into a living story I'm part of, a reminder of faith and hope, and a renewed pride in who I am and the values I want to live by. That's Ale. Achievement with purpose, leadership and humility, strength with service. We, the city of Aventura, and me, are so proud of you. You have represented us so well. And this certificate reads, Certificate of Special Recognition, presented to Alexandra Bentes in recognition of your achievement in receiving the Hadassah 2025 Leaderships of Tomorrow Award. The City Commission of the City of Aventura applauds your accomplishment. Signed by our Mayor, Howard Weinberg. Thank you.
So you're going to come up here to get that and take a picture, and you're also more than welcome to speak. If anyone in your family wants to say a few words, if they're proud of you, they certainly are welcome to, but this microphone is yours.
Yeah. Do you want to say a few words?
Pictures last.
Hello, guys. I don't know if you heard all that, but I'm just so honored to even be receiving any sort of recognition. This is just, it's so amazing to me. And it's a true honor to also be representing my home-born city of Aventura. So thank you guys so much. This is awesome.
Thank you. Come on up, come on up.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Manager, Employee Service Awards.
you doing? It's great to see you. So thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. I just want to recognize Michelle Augustine. She's one of our public service aides. And for those of you that know or don't know, our public service aides work in our police department and are the backbone of the agency. They work day in, day out, just as hard as our police officers, doing accident reports. Michelle is a traffic homicide investigator, so people that, unfortunately, these tragic incidents that we've had over the years, Michelle is out there able to investigate these and bring closures to the families. But not only that, Michelle is an amazing, amazing 20-year employee, but not just for her work that she does day in and day out in the police department, but what makes her special is her volunteer work. From day one, since I've known Michelle, every city event, we have Founders Day, we have movie nights, we have anything that the city does that has to do with community, bringing the community together. Michelle is there volunteering her time. She's an advocate for this community. She's been part of this community for 20 long years. And I will tell you, especially during the holidays, when there's times in some of our older populations, when they're at need, or people are of limited means, Michelle is there going door to door, helping and bringing food to people in our community. She really is an incredible person and just a gem, and we're so fortunate to have her. And I want to say thank you for 20 years of service and 20 more years. So thank you, Michelle.
Look at Mike first. Okay, look here. Yep.
Okay, I think at this time I should ask for a motion to adjourn. Okay, so FDEP Resilient Florida Comprehensive Vulnerability Assessment. Former Vice Mayor Luz Weinberg. You want to handle this?
Good evening, guys. Sorry, I'm like charged up with your adolescent energy. Congratulations. What a night to be at a commission meeting. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the commission, Mr. Manager, and Madam Clerk, Mr. Attorney. Yes, you all know my name is Luz Weinberg. I am privileged to be here tonight in front of you again to tell you about a very, very exciting program here for the city of Aventura. Frank, clicker? Am I just doing the computer? Boom. So you might all be very much aware, and I'm going to introduce my guy over here in about a moment, but you might all remember a few years ago, about 4 years ago, May of 21 to be exact, Governor Ron DeSantis passed Senate Bill number 1954, which in essence created Resilient Florida program, which allows municipalities, counties, agencies, anyone with a body of water or needing water assistance to apply for a certain number of grants designed to help you adapt, mitigate, plan, and manage for, prepare for climate change events, increasing flooding, sea level rise, etc. So in comes your resolution in July of 2023. You give the city manager the authority, and your very able Public Works Director, Jake Oziman, goes running and applies for the grant, which of course he gets, and the award gets the grant gets awarded to the city of Aventura a few months later in April of 2024. Of course, money doesn't come free. Every grant that we receive has specific, very specific parameters that you must follow. This one contains a total of 8 tasks. And I'm very proud to say that we're at about task 7, which included the creation of a steering committee. Most of these grants, when you're sending money to municipalities and agencies, require you to create committees that involve the community's feedback on what you're doing. So I'll get into that in just a moment. And who is that team? So Jake, of course, your Director of Public Works. Stand up, Jake, and wave. Jake is hungry for grants, and we're very appreciative of his efforts for everything that he's gotten done for the city. So he employs Giorgio Takiev, who's our engineer on this particular project, and he's gonna wow you with some slides, and that he's very excited about, as engineers tend to get about these things. But Jake was very smart in acquiring Giorgio to come do this for the city of Aventura, because Giorgio is actually the engineer of record of Miami-Dade County's latest stormwater master plan. So we couldn't be in better hands to help the cities put together our comprehensive stormwater vulnerability assessment. By its very word, of course, we're identifying areas where we're vulnerable as a city and our coastline might be vulnerable. And how do we then go about protecting those? So we're in phase one. We're getting data that Giorgio will explain to you in a moment, and then figuring out how to best go about protecting our critical assets. Our inventory identify a whole host of critical assets in the city. The grant dictated them for hospitals, schools, community centers, police departments, fire stations. We have about 20 plus wastewater stations throughout the city. Those qualify. So we have a pretty comprehensive critical assets inventory list. Our steering committee also, we took great care in putting that together. So our Director of Development, Kevin Klopp, is on our steering committee. We have 2 members of Miami-Dade County's stormwater management side and water and sewer side. Marcia Steelman, I don't know if she made it tonight, and Marisela Aranguiz Cueto. They've been very helpful to our efforts here. Mr. Harrison Soffer, you all know from Aventura Mall, who's pretty much involved with some of our impacts with water events. Ross Grossman did make it here tonight. She's our layperson, in lack of a better term, for the committee as a resident of Aventura, Vice President over at ECHO Aventura. Thank you for making it, Ross. And Captain, you all know Mark Frieder, who's been very, very intuitive and informative in serving for the committee. So with that, I'm gonna turn it over to Giorgio, who's gonna wow you with his slides. But if you remember anything from tonight, because some of the data can be a little cumbersome and perhaps even scary to residents. Yes, we've all seen our water events, and we're trying to figure out how we can better tackle them. But if you remember nothing else, the grant is money we got for free. Thank you. That all goes to Jake. Money we got for free from Resilient Florida program to identify vulnerable areas, to then see how we can best tackle those, improve those, manage those. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Giorgio for slide 1.
Thank you, Luz, for the great introduction. Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. We're happy to present to you our progress on this project. This is a very unique project because it provides engineering analysis and also collects all of the critical assets. So in this sense, it's very important in terms of looking into the future, how future changes of hydrology can affect any of the critical infrastructure in the city. And an important factor is that there is also an outreach component, so it's also communicating our results with the public. Yes, we'll go to the next slide. This analysis includes a lot of engineering components, all of the information about land use, rainfall, bathymetry, topography. This is combined into analysis to determine potential flood depth throughout the city. And I'll go to discuss also that the city of Aventura, we are aware that it's very near to the coastal areas, so therefore it's affected by storm surge, potentially can be affected by storm surge, but also it can be subjected to a significant rainfall. All of this can impact the flood within the city. Also wanted to mention that this program is typically conducted for all of the coastal areas in Florida. So this provides consistency of data analysis and also provides information that's distributed and it's the basis for the future infrastructure protection efforts. The main benefits of this study is that it provides the basis for for additional grants and for potential to receive grants from the state. It improves the emergency management, provides better planning. And also, just briefly, a couple of components that are important. The topography, the Aventura is located in the intracoastal way. It's very low topography. As I mentioned, it can be subjected to storm surge, and also the rainfall flooding is a component. One detail about this grant is that it requires studying of the coastal tidal coastal tidal flooding. It also requires analysis of the storm surge and rainfall flooding, and also in the rainfall alone. So these three main components are analyzed in a series of maps. Approximately 20 different maps are created. The next portion of this is to determine how these potential flood impacts affect the infrastructure. So we're currently in the state of we have completed the analysis of the flood maps, more than 20 flood maps. Then we're going to through analysis of more than 190 different critical infrastructure components divided into 3 tiers. And we are working on developing the vulnerability report. A brief result. The tidal flooding is mainly affecting the waterfront areas, but it's not expected to affect multiple. It's very tiny, the impact is very tiny because it's a large scale.
This is the light blue on the map.
Yeah. So this is an example of a 100-year rainfall event. Basically, the peak flood depth is displayed on the map with different colors. This is linked to the infrastructure components. Then we have also the compound flooding, which is the most significant. For example, this follows the guidelines by FEMA and also by NOAA. It combines the sea level rise projection, so it involves a significant component of data, background data that's integrated to determine the impact on the infrastructure. And this map illustrates a 500-year event, which is one of the required components. And back to you, Luz. This is a brief presentation. Back to you, Luz.
Yeah, that was a scary slide, the 500-year event. We will be having official public meetings specific to this and talking to the principals in both schools to see how we can perhaps have one for the schools only, school parents, both the Vision Zero, our Safe Streets for All, and Resilient Florida, because we welcome feedback from the community. This is extensive and exhaustive data, as I mentioned, but at the end goal here being how do we make our communities safer and how do we prepare for weather events, like significant weather events. And with that, I will take any questions if there are any. If not, for any members of the public, we're going to hang out outside for a bit. You're welcome to come up and talk to us and ask us any questions. Please visit the city's website. We're going to have a question link on our public works page, so you can also always drop off your questions. And this presentation will be, of course, made available on the city's website as well. And we are happy, Georgia and I are happy to sit with each of you individually, commissioners, Mr. Mayor as well, if you're looking for more in-depth, if you want to get into the maps with us and all the data we find really, really exciting and also scary. So with that, I'll take any questions if there are any. If not, we'll be outside in the lobby.
Thank you so much for your entire team, Luz.
Thank you.
Questions, comments from anyone up here? Okay, seeing none, I guess it's percolating. It's percolating.
Just another great thing Aventura is doing. Thank you.
Okay, we have another presentation, Give Miami Day, another former vice mayor. It's former vice mayor's name. I'm declaring that. I'm proclaiming former vice mayor's day in Aventura. Former Vice Mayor Landman.
Good evening again, Denise Landman. And today I'm here in my capacity in my professional world and what I've been doing since I left office here at the city of Aventura. And for those of you who may know, I work at the Miami Foundation. I'm the marketing director there. And we have the biggest giving day of the year happening at the Miami Foundation. We host it every year. It's called Give Miami Day. And I want to share a little bit more and make sure that everybody knows how we're helping hundreds of nonprofits in our community fundraise money that they could use for anything that they would like. So what is Give Miami Day?
By definition, a 24-hour period where anyone who lives in or loves Miami can give back to the nonprofits in the greater Miami area. It means something different to everyone. To us at the Foundation, it's the best holiday of the year. Our way to shower our community's generosity on the nonprofits that work hard to meet our community's needs every day. To nonprofits, it means a chance to receive free capacity building opportunities and raise flexible funds for their organizations. This day is the biggest fundraiser of the year for hundreds of nonprofits. To those who give on Give Miami Day, it means being able to support the causes and organizations that they care most about. You can either donate to a specific organization or just choose an issue you care about. To every Miamian, it means showing up and building the community that we want to live in. Give Miami Day is a chance to witness the overwhelming generosity of our community. Behind every donation is a story of impact. It's our day to write a powerful story together. Give Miami. What will you give Miami?
So that was a little short video to give you, a sense of what Give Miami Day is, but I want to go into some of the actual data from Give Miami and just give you a little more context to see the impact that it has in our community. So why do we host Give Miami Day? We want to make sure that our community is generous, that our community is civically involved, that our community gives back so that we can have a place where everyone can thrive. We also want to make sure that we have a strong nonprofit ecosystem supporting those who need help or those who need support or the different issue areas or causes that are dear and near to our heart. We also have it to raise serious dollars for our community. Again, these are dollars that organizations can use for anything they may need. They're not restricted. They don't have any sort of, exclusivity. So whatever their need is, they can focus on that. Since 2019, we've had from 22,000 donors, unique donors, up to last year, we had 51,755 unique donors who gave 100,000 donations. So we have a lot of people, but we have, millions of residents in Miami. So there's always room for more giving and there's always room for, being more active. Last year, we raised nearly $40 million in one day for our community that went to 1,289 different nonprofits. And again, as we mentioned, we had more than 100,000 donations from 51,000 donors. So why is Give Miami needed? Particularly in the times that we're living in today, there's a lot of divisiveness, there's a lot of, different opinions. We want to bring our community together. We want unity. This is an opportunity for people to come together and do good. We also realize that there's federal funding cuts, state funding cuts, some local funding cuts, and this is a way to fill that deficit and support the people doing the work on the ground. And we also want to use this as a way to inspire people to act and to be involved and to give back and to volunteer, which we know is something important for communities to thrive. So, how does Give Miami Day create more impact? As I mentioned, flexible funds, they can use it for whatever they need. We have matches and prizes throughout the day. So on this day, we have an anonymous $1 million donor, and the first donations up to a certain amount, people get match and get double. So if you donate on this day, you're as little as $25, it automatically becomes $50. So you're helping the organizations double their funds at the beginning of the fundraiser. We have other prizes, other matches throughout the day. So we're encouraging people to give throughout the day. And actually, early giving begins on November 15th. So it goes from November 15th all the way to Give Miami Day on November 20th. This is an opportunity for nonprofits to get to know donors and funders and other people so that they can connect and they can create new audiences for them. I wanted to share with all of you the 10 issue areas that we basically put buckets of different things, but there's something for everyone. People care about different causes, people care about different issues. They're all here, whether it's education and youth, the environment, faith-based, inclusion, animals, there's something for everyone. People care about different things, and we are basically supporting organizations that are doing work in all of these different issue areas. So what's new this year, and this is really the reason why I wanted to make sure that I came to visit you and share with you, we are launching Give Miami Day in a big way this year. In the past, we've just opened up the early giving, told people, and slowly and quietly had it open for a couple of days before. But this year, we're hosting the Give Miami 5K. It's a 5K race and festival, and we're calling it the Miles That Matter, because what you're gonna see in the next slide, about 100% of the registration fees go to the nonprofit or the issue area that you register for. So as I said, we're gonna be having the Give Miami 5K, and again, the proceeds go to the registration. And after the race, we're having a free community celebration that's gonna feature the different issue areas, and it's gonna feature different nonprofit organizations that are gonna showcase their work and have interactive activities so that people can learn about the different work that is being done in our community. So it's happening, the 5K race and festival is happening on Sunday, November 16th at Maurice Ferre Park, which is Museum Park in downtown Miami. It begins at 7:30, the race, and the festival kicks off at 8 a.m. And we're hoping that this is, a big Give Miami Day kickoff and that a lot of people turn out to the event. We actually already have over 600 people registered for the race. Yes. And then, as I mentioned, in the festival, we're going to have live performances. We're having local bands. We're having food trucks, local food trucks. We're really trying to make this all about Miami and local vendors and local businesses. We're going to have some family activities, wellness experiences, the nonprofit area, and we're also going to have a kids dash for little kids to run a shorter course. So, how can you help as a commissioner, as a public official, as someone who has a big network and knows a lot of people in our community? You can share the flyer and information about the Give Miami 5K and festival with your network, which I will share with the city manager to share with all of you. You can post on social media and give us some love. You can sign up for the race for the 5K and participate as a team, that's 5 or more, or as an individual, and come out and run the 5K or walk or skip or dance, whatever you want to. You don't have to race, you don't have to run. Or you can also select a nonprofit and present a surprise and delight prize, which is something that we do with elected officials or different corporations, where you surprise a nonprofit organization with a big check and we match that check. So whatever you're giving out is double the prize. Lastly, you can also donate to the organization or organizations of your choice during early giving or on Give Miami Day from November 15th to November 20th. So I hope that this inspires you to, be a part of Give Miami Day in any way, shape, or form. And I'm going to send some information to the city manager after this, but I'm happy to answer any questions and really happy to be here and be a proud resident of the city of Aventura.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We know where to find you.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to item 6, consent agenda. Any member of the commission or the manager need to remove an item?
No, Mayor.
Okay, in that case, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda. Commissioner Bloom, seconded by Commissioner Friedland. Let's vote on that.
Commissioner Ain,
Yes.
Commissioner Blatchman,
Yes.
Commissioner Bloom,
Yes.
Commissioner Friedland,
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Orlinsky,
Yes.
and Mayor Weinberg.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. Let's move to item 7. These are zoning hearings quasi judicial, and I think maybe, are we going to defer these, Mr.? Are we going to defer?
Yes.
Item 7?
Yes.
There is a request to defer to November 4th City Commission meeting. I'll need a motion to defer.
Excuse me, Mayor,
Yes.
if I could just read
Oh,
the
sure, I'm
items
sorry.
first into the record, and then you can
Always.
ask for the motion. For 7A, an ordinance of the City of Aventura, Florida, approving a small-scale amendment to the future land use map of the City of Aventura Comprehensive Plan pursuant to Section 163.3187 Florida statutes to redesignate an approximate 13.93 acre tract of land extending from Northeast 214 Street north to County Line Road and from Biscayne Boulevard west to Dixie Highway, from business and office to town center, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the comprehensive plan, and providing for an effective date.
Okay, it looks like there's a request to defer 7A, B, and C. I want to ask the city attorney if we can, with one motion, can we defer 7A, B, and C?
As long as the clerk reads all three into the record, I have no problem with that.
Okay, so A was read. Madam Clerk, if you read 7B and also 7C.
7B, an ordinance of the City of Aventura, Florida, amending Chapter 31, Land Development Regulations of the City Code of Ordinances by amending Section 31-145E, Town Center Office Park Mixed Use TC4 District, subsection 1, Purpose, subsection 2, Uses Permitted, subsection 3, Accessory Uses Permitted, subsection 4, Conditional Uses Permitted, and subsection 6, Site Development Standards to allow for more diverse projects and uses within the district, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date. Item 7C, an ordinance of the City of Aventura, Florida, amending the official zoning map by changing the zoning designation of an approximate 13.93 acre tract of land extending from Northeast 214 Street north to County Line Road and from Biscayne Boulevard west to Dixie Highway, from Community Business District B2 and Medical Office District MO to Town Center Mixed Use District TC4, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date.
Okay, so I'm looking for a motion to defer 7A, B, and C to the November 4th Commission meeting. Commissioner Blanchman motion and Commissioner Friedland seconds. Let's vote.
Commissioner Friedland?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Ain?
Yes.
Commissioner Blatchman?
Yes.
Commissioner Bloom?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Orlinsky?
Yes.
And Mayor Weinberg.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, we're up to 7D. One more time, Madam Clerk.
An ordinance of the City of Aventura, Florida, amending Chapter 31, Land Development Regulations of the City Code of Ordinances by amending Section 31-143, Residential Zoning Districts, subsection F, Multifamily Medium High Density Residential District RMF4, subsection 2A, Conditional Uses, subsection G1, Limited Service Hotel, to add Town Center 1 District to the list of zoning districts to which limited service hotels can be adjacent, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve 7D. Hold on, one more time. Motion to approve 7D. Commissioner Bloom, seconded by Commissioner Friedland. Mr. City Development Director?
Good evening. You may recall at first reading, explained this was a result of an approval for a project known as CASA, which there was a dispute from the neighbor. And as a result of that dispute, it was pointed out that the neighbor's project, known as Port Aventura, could potentially be considered non-conforming as a result of the rezoning that you approved. This fixes that. I can also report that there has been a settlement between CASA and Port Aventura, and that the result of the settlement will be brought to you at a workshop meeting later this month. But this action tonight would simply add TC1 to an allowance for the neighbor and prevent a potential nonconformity of an approved project.
Thank you. Any member of the public want to comment on this item, 7D? Seeing none, I'll close it for public comment. Any members of the commission, you have comments or questions for Kevin? Seeing none, let's close it and vote.
Commissioner Blatchman?
Yes.
Commissioner Bloom?
Yes.
Commissioner Friedland?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Commissioner Ain?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Orlinsky?
Yes.
And Mayor Weinberg.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. Any reports, Mr. Manager, Mr. Attorney, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Mayor, I'd just like to give a quick update on the new Aventura High School project, if I could. I just wanted to report some good news, had mentioned, and I want to thank Jake and his team for getting this done. One of the hurdles that we had to overcome with the new site was a process with DERM and remediation that we thought that we may had to do. We were able to resolve that with face-to-face meetings with DERM, and we received a letter last week stating that there was no additional remediation on the site that needed to be done, which is a significant hurdle that had to be overcome, and it's going to save us a considerable amount of time. In addition, Jake and his team have been working with the engineers over at Gulfstream and our own engineers. One of the other big items that needs to be done on that site is to relocate a stormwater pipe. I'm happy to say that they've been able to get the engineering and the plans done and submitted to the South Florida Water Management District, so that is underway. This has really saved us with the selection of the construction manager at risk now several months of time, and that's with this project, which is considerable. So I want to thank everybody and just recognize their hard efforts, and we're working very hard every day to get this done as quick as possible.
A lot of good news tonight. Thank you very much. There might even be more good news what people see when they get home tonight regarding the hostages, God willing. Okay, public comment. Does anyone want to take a few minutes to speak to us? Okay, no one wants to tell us how great we are or how much we suck? Okay, then I will close it for public comment. And if there's no other business, I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn. Commissioner Ain, seconded by Commissioner Bloom. All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.